when I put the poll on Instagram, some people couldn't even believe it. They was like, girl, what? You was a catfish? Child, yes. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Kiana, and for today's video, as you can see, is gonna be a story time. Pretty much a story time of me being a catfish once in my life. I know you're probably wondering, like, well, for the 66 subscribers that I do have and who watched the apartment tour video, I know you're probably like, girl, where you at? This looks like a new background. Sadly, yes. I did have to move again throughout the time. Me and my ex-best friend slash ex-roommate, we had a few downs and I'm going my way. So I just had to find another place to live. Now I currently roommate with my sister, which I feel is much better, I don't have to worry about anything else. I don't even think I'll probably talk about that, like bring out a video about that, because I know you guys wanted to hear about the roommate story as well. It's two of them, pretty much her, but I'm not going to talk about that. And then another one from where I first moved out and went into a student housing after I lived with my mom. That's the one that I'll be talking about. But for today, this is gonna be a story time of me being a catfish. When I put the poll on Instagram, some people couldn't even believe it. They was like, girl, what? You was a catfish? Child, yes. This was around middle school. I was still having insecurities, like, about myself. I mean, child, I didn't think I was looking that good. Thank God for glow up. But I'll show you on this side how I used to look. And not saying, like, not downing myself, but I just felt like I wasn't, people have their insecurities. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I know it was around probably 7th grade. This dude who I catfished, we lived in the same neighborhood, but he didn't know it was me. But yeah, it was my 7th grade year, because I know my 8th grade year, that's when I ended up getting in a relationship around June of that year. So I know this was my 7th grade year. I'm gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his last name because I don't even know, honestly. Don't remember. His name was David. He was like, I think he was like Hispanic or something, but he had a sister and he had a brother, and he was the oldest. So, and we were like 2 houses down from each other. Pretty much I think I first saw him when we were all outside. Like, you know how kids used to be outside on the green box? We were all outside. Oh yeah, and ignore my TV being on the floor. We just moved in, so we have to get like the house together and stuff. But yeah, just wanted to say that. But anyway, we were all outside and I was like, okay, he cute or whatever. I would talk to him, but not like that. And it seemed like he didn't really like me, so that's why I didn't really try to get his number or anything like that. You know how people play fight, like when people play fight in middle school and stuff, like, oh, that's what was going on. But it didn't seem like as if he liked me on that level. It just seemed like, friend type play and all of that. I had a crush on him, so I wanted like a relationship or to at least talk to him and things like that. But apparently that didn't happen. So I remember probably about a couple of months, I realized that he wasn't like trying to talk to me. I think it was probably a few months. I know his brother tried to, but I wasn't really interested in his brother. I was interested in him. But I remember he didn't really wanted to like talk to me like that. He would only talk to me if we're like outside and everybody's talking. Like, that's the only time he would. And then one time, like, it wasn't just me. It was me and I think it was me and some other friends, and it was like all of us in his house, and we were all like just playing and stuff, and he would play fight with me, but that was it. It wasn't nothing like, oh, you cute, I want to get your number, nothing like that. Not saying I was ugly back then. I was a little something, but I wasn't hitting like I am now. But so that's when I created a catfish profile. It was on Facebook. That was when Facebook was like popping back then, like Instagram and Snapchat, and wasn't even spoken of. It was just Twitter and Facebook. I can tell y'all the fake name I used, the picture. I might be able to find the picture, but if I do, I'll put it right here after when I get to that point. I remember creating it. I tried to not make it look too catfishy, but I already knew like kind of it wasn't gonna work. Like we were probably gonna talk for a couple of days. I used a light-skinned girl and she looked like she was probably Hispanic or something. I don't know. I just typed in pretty light-skinned girl in Google. I just typed in pretty light-skinned girl in Google, and then I saw her pop up, and I was like, okay, cool. And I think that's the only picture I used. That's what messed me up, I think, because I didn't try to find like somebody who had a lot of pictures. So I think I only had that one picture, and that was it. The name that I used was Danielle A Shanti, Danielle, and then A''Shanti. Danielle A Shanti. That's what I called her, or that's what she was. I, posted a picture. I made a few posts to make it look like I was like real and whatnot, like just posting about whatever. And then that's when, I don't know how I found his Facebook profile, but I know that I think I probably went to like a friends of friends type thing. Like if I knew somebody that he knew, I just went to their friends list and added him. Y'all know, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who done that before. Found him and I added him first to see if he would add me back. And it took about 2 days, and then he added me back. And I was like, okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Even though it wasn't even really myself, I guess I was happy. I don't know. I think he had, that's what I'm saying. Like, I deactivated the Facebook. Like, if I still had it, I would show y'all the messages, but I don't. But I think he had messaged me first, and he was like, hey, or whatever. And I think I said, hey. And he was pretty much telling me that I was cute. Well, Danielle was cute because, as I said, it wasn't really me. And he was pretty much asking me, like, why I don't have a lot of photos. And I told him that I just made a page and my mom just finally let me get one. And I have to take pictures to, like, get more pictures up there, which was a lie. But either or, he didn't really know, so it's whatever. What I remember, I don't even know for real, but I know that we were talking for a couple days. He was just asking me like how old I was, and the usual stuff people talk about when they first meet somebody on the internet. Well, even though we already knew each other face to face, but he was asking me how old I was, where I stayed, the things like that. I think I said I stayed in North Carolina, but I didn't say I stayed in Raleigh. I think I said I stayed in like another city or something. And he was asking me what school I go to, this, that, third. Just trying to get information on me because I'm pretty sure he assumed that I was a catfish. Anyway, so then I was like, I go to such and such school. I don't even know what school I said. Don't think he found out. I don't think he knew that it was me. I think he only knew that I wasn't a real person, like I was a catfish. And that's it. Because then after that, things started to get a little hectic in the neighborhood. But, like with his sister and whatnot, so we really didn't bother them anymore, or we didn't associate with them anymore. But, yeah, I don't think he really found out. Like, he didn't know that it was me. I think he just knew that, yeah, this girl ain't who she was. Because he left me on red, I think, or seen, because it's Facebook. He left me on scene, and I was like, yeah, I feel like he know that I'm a catfish. So I knew he was gonna find out regardless, because everybody ends up knowing like, oh, they're a catfish and whatnot. So I knew he was gonna know, but I was just trying to edge it on because, as I said, I liked him at the time and I had a crush on him at the time. So it was like, why not? But then, child, that ain't really do much. I don't know if they ended up moving or not. No, I don't think they ended up moving, because when I got to 8th grade, that's when I ended up being in a relationship, and I think he was still there. Yeah, he was still there, because the guy that I ended up liking and getting in a relationship, he lived next door to me, literally next door. He moved next door to me probably in like March of 2012. Child, don't quote me wrong. Whenever I was in 8th grade, the year I was in 8th grade, it was June. I remember the month. But that was it. We started dating in June, and then in March, that's when we started talking. So yeah, he was still there. The dude I catfish, he was still there. It's just we didn't associate with him because his sister started doing too much and all of that. So yeah, so I just left it alone, went to the guy who I dated in 8th grade, and me and him dated for 2 years. So yep, The story wasn't really that long, y'all, but that was a catfish story. Yes, I was catfish. I mean, I think that was the only time I was a catfish, was to that one guy. Other than that, I just kept changing my Facebook name to weird names. Y'all know how it was when you younger and you just don't know what you be posting, but you post it. And then when you older and you look back at it, you like, what was I talking about? That's how it was. I was just posting away and all of that. I think we actually went to the same middle school, but we didn't talk at school. We just talked when we was in the neighborhood, and that was it. But yeah, other than that, it didn't really get far, child. It was just on the internet, messaging back and forth, and that was it. So yeah, that I've ever been a catfish. Yeah, I don't think I have another story time, y'all. Sorry. But I will record the roommate story. Shoot, I might even do it now since I don't have nothing to do. Child, should I? Cause I'm over here talking. Y'all, just cut that out. I think I'm gonna just wait. Nah, I think I'm just making a separate video. Yeah, y'all, that was it as far as the catfish story. Like I said, it wasn't really much, just that I liked them and I catfished him. We only talked for like a week, and then I think he realized I wasn't a real person because I probably didn't post no more pictures, only but that one, which was a profile picture, and that was it. So yeah, it wasn't as much as y'all thought. We didn't meet up, of course, because we were 2 houses down from each other. He knew who I really was, like how I really looked, but he just didn't know that was me. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching.